that's over here is a part of my 3 system method. I don't know if this one's actually it. Is this one the one I'm thinking is? Yes, it is. Okay. So this one will actually go and scan every NPC slash pretty much every mob that's around the area. It gives them glowing for about 10 seconds and then it disappears. This one kills every mob except for a very selected few, mostly just villagers, wolves I think that are tamed by the player, just wolves in general. I think I also have it so it keeps fish alive as well, cats, horses, all that stuff. So pretty much this kills them all. And this button, or should I say this sign, because you can actually have signs having a command, you can just right click this and it'll teleport free items to you. So if I go and drop, let's say, cooked fish over here, and right click this, it'll teleport those items to me. But it teleports every loose item to you. So that's pretty cool. So the cool thing about the command signs that are way different than the command blocks is that command signs, even if we had command block output to being true, let's see here if I can actually change it in here. Command block output, yes, we'll change it back to default. So if I go and let's say scan this, it may not show in the chat, but if I go look at the server log, it'll say it. So it says right here, locating ... That's pretty much what I named the sign or the command block, I believe. Mobs. Applied effect glowing to 265 targets. So I can legitimately see it from here. But we can't see it in chat. I don't know why. Maybe it's not announcing them like I thought it would. Okay, that's interesting. I thought it would. And then this will obviously kill everything. I don't know if it kills cows. I hope it doesn't because I don't want to kill my cow farm. Oh, well, what was that? That was weird. Okay. It had a glowing effect, but it shouldn't have had the glowing effect. Weird. Okay. And if I were to right click this, and then we'll check back, and I'll check the log again, nothing. So that's something that I've noticed too in single player, is that whenever you use a command block, it'll actually give you a log of what happens. What's supposed to happen is that it's supposed to tell you through the chat. It's supposed to say like, here it would have said applied glowing to 265 mobs in the chat. But for some reason it's not doing that, which is fine. But I can see it through the server log, which is fine. I also didn't want it to show the commands off through the chat kind of thing. Maybe it is in here. No, it's not. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, so this is pretty much my book right here. I use this only just for special events kind of thing, and I also used it in my single player world. This is actually a command book. So what this actually does is that each and every sort of thing in here has a command. It is based off of the amount of command you can put within the chat. So whatever sort of command you want to use, if you can use it within the chat, you can use it within the book. The cool thing about the command sign is that it's treated as a command block, not as a command in the normal chats. That's pretty cool. But for this, I have these I have these in the sort of saved in different things. So if I were to click this, it would change me to survival. If I click creative, it changes me to creative mode, as you'll see. There we go. If I change this, if I click spectator, it changes me to spectator. And then can I use, oh, you can't, wait, I did not know that. That's kind of cool. I did not know that. I didn't know it would work that way. And time codes, day and night, self-explanatory. It changes it to the next day / night. Kill mods was my original way of doing it, which pretty much killed everything except for players. I originally made this button and sort of tweaked it with that command block to sort of only kill things that are within the village raid. and then I decided to sort of expand it to be even further. The next page sort of spawns in all of my items for the most part. Items that are more likely to break and special items in this case. So I'll just shift these in here so I'll show it off. So Fortune of the Stars is a cool pickaxe that I use sometimes. It is a Fortune 1000 pickaxe with mending, so that's pretty cool. The second one is the Lightning pickaxe. Very cool pickaxe. It has efficiency of 100 and mending. The next one is the Woodcutting axe. Very cool. It has efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3. And then we have the Travel Trident. This is pretty much this thing right here. Riptide 3, mending, and unbreaking 3. And then we also have the Nomadic Fishing Rod. So if I want to pretty much not have a base kind of thing, I can use this. This is a Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. So that's pretty much what all of these are. I might be changing these, what am I going to call it? These items to have all of them to have Curse of Vanishing. Because, yeah, these are a little bit too overpowered, especially if somebody just randomly stumbles upon Varehicle. I don't want them to have that level of power for too long. I'd rather just be able to, smite them and then the items are gone. That hasn't happened yet, but that will happen if, in case somebody does invade this and steals, like, very valuable items. That will happen. So these are game rules. These are pretty much self-explanatory. I don't really think I need to talk about them, but I'm just going to say it. Or talk about them just a little bit. So these are mostly just for certain special events, so I don't have to go and end up looking at the wiki just to find out which ones they are. These will just do it for me kind of thing. So, of course, we also have the fact that green pretty much means default, or pretty much means that it is what the wiki says is the default option, and red, or light red I should say, is pretty much what the opposite of that fact is. And or pretty much, if it says default, it means it's actually the default setting. But I always wanted the original one to be, or the front one to be like a yes option, so green, and then the no option to be red. And then the other option, which is only for random tick speed, is more of a burgundy color. So pretty much announce advancements. So pretty much what this does is that if we want to announce advancements within the chat, we just turn this back to default, and there you go. Command block output, default means that it'll always display it, or we have false, which will actually hide it. So I think we change it back to default, I don't know. Do fire ticks, this will just pretty much mean that we'll fire spread. Default means yes, false means no. Do daylight cycle, this also goes with weather cycle as well, where this will say do we want it to weather / day to pretty much never move. So yes means that we turn it back to normal, which means that if we have a day-night cycle. If we turn it to false, it'll never move. Same thing with weather is that as soon as it starts raining, if we want it to keep raining, we do that. Once everybody sort of gets, not a better computer, but mostly gets a more stable machine kind of thing, where they can actually sustain rain, or even snow even, then we'll probably have something where we'll just make it eternally rain kind of thing. I think that would be a pretty cool option. Keep inventory, true and default. I think we all know what that does. We don't have it on because we don't really need to. We can literally just click slash, we can literally type in, I think it's called slash trigger back, and you'll be able to go back to the last location where you died. And then do mob spawning, default means yes, and then false means no. So this pretty much, I think, if I remember what the wiki stated, is that it triggers sort of like how Mushroom Islands happen with their spawn rates for enemy mobs kind of thing, where they can't spawn in normally, they have to spawn in through external methods. So spawner, spawn eggs, and I think there was another method too. I think there is, I just can't remember. Oh, if you type in a chat kind of thing. So yeah. Mob griefing. We sort of have a data pack that's doing something similar to this, so we don't actually have this enabled. But we have a data pack that sort of has this enabled. I think the only thing that it doesn't affect is Wither. And I think the Ender Dragon. I could be wrong on that. But I think I'm right about the Wither. I just don't know about the Ender Dragon part. Random tick speed. We have 3 different ones. So default is random tick speed of 3. We have faster. I have faster here being at 100, and fastest being at 1,000. I at one point almost bricked my single player world by making my random tick speed I think 1,000,000, and I think the game almost crashed. I think the game kept crashing immediately, and I couldn't get back into the world to even alter it. I think I had to use MC Edit to sort of alter it. And do immediate respawn. We have this actually set to true right now. I think I originally made this book within, I think, 1.14. So we had the do immediate respawn command, but I don't think we could enable it until, I think, 1.15. Because I think that's when that command came out. I think it's either that or 1.14. I think I made it the version before it, anticipating for that command to be released. And then this is just locating locations. So the village, mansion, pillager outpost, stronghold, ocean monument, shipwreck, desert and jungle temple, igloo, witch's hut, a nether fortress. So when we're in the nether, we can use it, and end city whenever we're in the end. And that's pretty much that book. I don't think there's much of anything else in this room. These 2 redstone lamps will only trigger on whenever it is nighttime. Pretty much mostly just to pretty much say that it's nighttime. Over here I have 3 things. So I have a copy of Sercacraft rulebook, Varehicle, a Let's Play log, so when we do a Let's Play I could probably log it in there, and a captain's log. This one was for a different creation of mine. And how did I get more stuff? I don't know. I will change mine to creative mode later. But right now, that should be fine. Just have to delete them later. So yeah, so that's pretty much everything, mostly in this room. I just noticed something. Behind this banner is a sign. This sign will give you a firework rocket, but this one's very unique. This one actually has a flight duration of 10. Not too overpowered. The normal flight duration that you can have max is 3. I decided to make one that's 10. Not too overpowered, but it's also pretty overpowered. I think that for one session it'll show off how powerful it is in most cases, but it's not enough that you're gonna end up saying oh my god, this thing needs to be nerfed kind of thing. It's more so just it's there. I'll just store everything in here. I'll just delete everything whenever I get a chance. Yeah, that's everything in that room. So over here, we don't have much in here in the way of command blocks. There is none in this room, but there is 4 command signs. No, there's 6. Sorry, I'm wrong. So as you saw, I have a command sign to remove weather. That one is right here. This removes all weather, if there is any. Snow, rain, thunder, doesn't matter. I also have this one right here to summon thunder, as you'll see. So if we ever want thunder, we can have it. But we'll just turn it off for now, because I have to make sure that it's actually working properly, because this is all from a 1.14, I believe, sign. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is from a 1.14 sign, so it may not be working properly for whatever reason. These 2 signs are actually pretty unique. This sign will actually spawn in a end portal, and this one will replace whatever's there with a nether portal. And same thing with this one. This one will replace it with a end portal. And these 2 signs right here remove them. So as you see, it removes them. Now I'll show off that it Doesn't matter which one I click, it will remove them no matter what. There you go. This really isn't too overpowered as much as you might expect. For the end portal, it's not really that overpowered. It's more so just so though I have a way of getting to the end of the portal instead of just finding out where a structure is and going like, okay, time to head back in there. This is just so that I just right click, just pretty much run into it. And in the nether portal, it's not really that overpowered. It's mostly just to establish a portal, then I have to actually plant one down just so that it's more grounded instead of being more portable like this one is. It's pretty much just a portable nether and end portal. That's pretty much what that is. Over in this room, nothing really too much in here anymore. I think I moved a lot of stuff that were in these into a secret location. Yeah, mostly. I have, I think, my shield in here, and that's it. And I have an extra Sercacraft rulebook in here. There's 4 command signs in here. I don't think there's really much I need to talk about them. This one right here turns you into creative mode, and then this one turns you into survival. Self-explanatory. At one point, I want to have the dispensers outside. Over here. Actually, I don't think these are dispensers. I think these are droppers, but they look better than a normal dispenser. So yeah. So these ones are going to be able to shoot a laser, hopefully, at some point with my command signs that will turn on a laser, pretty much have an explosion-like effect at the end, and then get rid of the laser. All within one of these signs, which can have up until a limit of 4 commands all at once. So I want to see how that's going to work. And I'm going to be testing it on a single-player version of this vehicle just to see how well it works. Hopefully it works very well, and then I'll show that off, because that will be very fun to end up just exploiting. I mean, just fooling around with, not exploiting at all. No, I'm kidding. So these 2 command signs are pretty, I want to say unique in a way, but not really. So this one will actually fully heal you from your death